Hey there. So hopefully you reviewed the notes sheet that was right before this task. Just wanted to review a few things, important things from that note sheet. Number one, box plots, or we call them box and whisker plots, are a visual way of displaying data. Okay, so it's just another type of graph. To create a box plot, you need a 5-number summary. Okay, so this 5-number summary, let's see if I can, there we go. This 5-number summary are the points that you're going to use to start creating your graph. So the first one is the minimum, it's just the smallest number. The next number is the lower quartile, also you'll see it as Q1, and that's the median of just the lower half. Okay, so that will be the median of just lower half. The median is the median, the middle number of the whole data set. The upper quartile, you'll also see it labeled as Q3, is the median of the upper half, and the maximum is the biggest number. Now, each quartile, so I'm going to just create a real loose sketch of a box and whisker, okay? Each quartile, like right here is a quartile, here's a quartile, here's a quartile, and here's a quartile, holds 25% of the data. So say that we have 32 data sets, 25% of 32 is 8. So there are 8 data points here, 8 data points here, 8 data points here, and 8 data points there. Okay, so the fact that some of these are more spread out tells you stuff about your data. In the interquartile range, also called the IQR, is the range of the upper and lower quartile. So this is Q3 right here, and this is Q1. So your interquartile range would be whatever this number is minus that number, and that gives you the range of your interquartile. Okay, so that was just a review of the data set. So now I am going to go through and make a box plot for you. Now, there's a step-by-step instruction guide on the notes that are very important, okay? The very first step, anything that you want to do, you want to number or order your data from least to greatest. This is what you'll do for anything regarding statistics, because anytime you need to find the median, sorry, that you will need to have all the data in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to scan these science test grades, and I'm going to look for the lowest, and 63 is the lowest, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and order these from least to greatest. We have 63, and then the next is 75 and 76. And then we have 78. We have, making sure here, 80, 81, 80, 81, 87. Oops. We have 89, 91, 91, 95, and 100. Now, I always like to go back and double check I have listed all my data. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 data points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 data points. So I've listed all my data. So that's step one. Now, your next step is you want to find your 5-number summary, right? And your 5-number summary is going to be your minimum. Let's see if I can change colors here, actually. Okay, your minimum, just the smallest number. So our smallest number is 63. Okay, and then you can go ahead and do the maximum. The maximum is 100. Okay, now you need to find the median. Okay, the median is going to be your middle number. So there's a lot of different strategies of how you like to do it. I know I have 12 numbers, so my median is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I realize you can't see me pointing on my screen. So the median is going to be in between right here. Okay, because we have an even number of data in our data set, that means we're going to have to average these two numbers together to find our true median. Okay, so our median is going to be 81 plus 87, which equals 178. And then we're going to take 178 and divide it by 2. And just so that y'all know you can use a calculator, I will double check myself with the calculator. Make it a little bit smaller. 178 divided by 2, and you get 89. So the median, wait, that's not right. Must have added something. Oh, we get 168 right here, not 178. See, I caught myself because I said, you know, the median, it has to be somewhere in between 81 and 87. I got 89, so I knew that that wasn't the right answer. So my apologies, I did my mental math wrong there. So we did 168 divided by 2, and you get 84, and that's more reasonable. So our median is 84. Now, we need to determine our upper half and our lower half, okay? So that red arrow right there is telling you what your median is. Your lower half is going to be everything before it, and your upper half is going to be everything after it. Okay, so here's the upper half, abbreviate there, and here's your lower half. Now, your lower quartile, or your Q1, is the median of the lower half. Okay, and again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data points. So that means our median is going to lie somewhere in the middle here. Now, another way of thinking about the median is the sure way is to add these together and divide by 2. That gives you the average of them. You can also ask yourself, we have 76 and 78, what is exactly in between 76 and 78? And the answer would be 77. There's one space from 77 to 76. There's one space from 77 to 78. So I know that my lower quartile is 77. Okay, your upper quartile, or your Q3, again, is going to be in the middle, or the median of your upper half, and that is going to be in between 91 and 91, and the only number in between 91 and 91 is 91. So your Q3 is 91. So now we have our minimum, our maximum, our median, our Q1, and our Q3. So that's our 5-number summary. Now what you do is you plot that on a number line. Notice the number line's already provided here, okay? But the important thing to know about a number line is that the interval is even at all times. You'll never see a number line that goes like 60, 60, 60, 65, 70, 75, and so on. So make sure you're not using your data as your number line, because you can see like we have two 91s right here, or we count by 2s here, but then by 1s here, and we have a big gap right here. So your number line is exactly a number line. It has an even interval. If you want to count by 1s, you can count by 1s, 2s, 5s, whatever best fits the data. So now I'm going to plot a point at all 5 of these numbers. So I'm going to plot a point at 63, and it's not going to be perfect, and especially because I'm using my finger, it's definitely not going to be perfect. So I know that 63 is going to be somewhere in between, right in between 60 and 65. My maximum is 100. My median is 84. Oops. And my Q1 is 77. And my Q3 is 91. Okay. Now, the next step is to draw a box starting at Q1 all the way to Q3. So here's Q1, and you want that box to go in between the data point. And then you draw a line down where your median is. And then you connect the minimum and the maximum with whiskers. Okay, so here is your box and whisker plot, and you need the 5-number summary to create it. Now, what this box and whisker plot tells you is a few things, okay? The longer the whisker or the wider the little box is, that tells you that there's the data in that box is more spread out than, say, this whisker. So you can see you go from 63 to 75 to 76, and that range right there from 63 to 76 is 13. But your range from this first little box right here, that range, if you look at your data, is from 78 to 81. So it has a shorter range. That means the numbers are closer together than the front half of the data. Now, remember, there is the same number of data points in all of these quartiles. This is a quartile, 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 quartile. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12 data points, okay, divide that by 4 because we have 4 quartiles. That means there's 3 data points in every single quartile. Okay, and remember the quartile, like, let's see if I can highlight this. I'm not sure. I'm learning new tools here, okay? So there we go. So there's one quartile. Here's another quartile. Here's another, oh, that didn't change colors. Oh, let's see. Undo it. There's another quartile, and here's one quartile. So each 4 of those have the same number of data points in them. They have 3 data points in them, and data points would be a test grade. So you can tell, like, you can figure out, okay, if I scored 95, then that means I'm in the upper 25% of the class. Or if I scored a 63, that means, well, 1, I was the lowest test score, or also you're in the lowest 25% of the data. Okay, so there's all different ways that you can analyze this box plot. Okay, so I hope this little video helped. I hope it helped seeing me and hearing my voice explain it. If you have any questions during the GoFormative that I'm going to post, please ask them. And you can even, like, if you want to write on your GoFormative your question or type it, or if you want to email me, I am going to be checking these constantly. I have my computer open all day, so I will be giving constant feedback on the GoFormative, and just be a few questions for you to create your own box plot. But yeah, so good luck on the GoFormative. I'm very impressed with all the work that y'all have been doing, so keep it up.